Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and I am here with my brother as we practice and prepare for Star City Games Minneapolis coming up this weekend. Yeah, we're playing Merfolk in Modern, and doing what Minneapolis better be prepared because we're going to bring the Spreading Seas, we're going to bring Master of Waves, and we're going to bring the Spell Pierces. So, before we get into our match, we're going to thank our sponsor, the manabase.com. And if you want to check out the latest Popper content, go check out Blue Emerge by Austin Hoey on his channel, Popper Ponderings, only on the manabase.com, your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. So we won the die roll. Again, we're doing great on the die rolls. I'm not going to complain. And yeah, we're going to keep this. The hand is nothing special, but nothing particularly bad. I'll play an island. If somehow we get Thoughtseize or Inquisitioned, I can follow this up with a Master of the Pearl Trident or a Harbinger of the Tides. Which could happen, because it looks like we are up against a Death Shadow deck or Lantern Control. Looks like Death Shadow. A Traverse Death Shadow deck. Tarmogoyfs. Oh, forget it. Some Hollowwood Angro deck? Faithless Looting. Devoted Druid and Summoner's Pact. Okay, so I have no idea what's going on here. Forget everything. This is some wacky combo deck. And it's trying to gain infinite mana. Okay, Nikachu, tread carefully. Tread very carefully. They're looking at my library. They're looking at their library.
A bunch of nonsense.
Let's play Silvergill Adept. Show Master of the Pearl Trident. Not really much I can do. I'm just gonna wait to see what they do. I might play the Spreading Seas next turn, just to slow down whatever the hell it is they're up to. It really looks like some sort of Hollow One aggro deck, though. What would you use the Summoner's Pact for? Well, I guess to enable the combo? The infinite mana combo? Okay, so this is a reader. Oh, it's a new card, too. Adventurous Impulse. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay. Seems like Horizon Canopy enter the battlefield, or enter the revealed card zone. So maybe they are choked on mana. Or not. Misty Rainforest. Okay, so now I'm less inclined to use the Spreading Seas because it looks like they are getting their mana going. But what is the purpose of their deck? What does this deck do? What does it do?
She's Spreading Seas anyway.
So I'm definitely playing a Lord here. So the question is, do I play an Island to follow it up with? Or do I play the Mutavault? I guess I play the Mutavault because the Mutavault has an opportunity to win the game next turn. Because I can deal 11 points of damage if they don't put any creature on the battlefield. They do something, it's got to be incredibly glorious right now. I don't know, they're going to give their creature haste? Okay, return target creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so they have potentially infinite mana here. Manamorphose into Devoted Druid. Oh, sorry, Devoted Druid into Vizier of Remedies. Okay, so now they have infinite mana. Okay, so now they get Summoner's Pact for this thing. Duskwatch Recruiter. Okay, so it's just counters company, just in a different way. In a really janky way. how does this card change everything that you would want to warp the deck like this? The way I look at it is your deck is now more vulnerable to graveyard interaction. Street Wraith entered the battlefield. So, no. I'm definitely gonna let them. What do I have to do here? No, I need to make. My F6 isn't working right now, so always yield to this ability. Then always yield to Duskwatch untapping. And because I want to know how they're gonna beat me. Is it through Walking Ballista? Are they gonna get the Trample God? What's it gonna be?
Maybe this is as far as he's thought it out, and he just assumes his opponent will resign when he sees this interaction.
It's possible. Okay, so it's gonna be with Walking Ballista, and now they're just gonna gain like a ton of life and shoot us in the face for 20. Okay, that's how it is. Concede. So that's interesting. They don't have. So the interesting thing about this deck is they don't have mana dorks. They're playing with Faithless Looting. They didn't show. What else did they show me of their deck? We see Summoner's Pact. We see Metamorphose. This is a sorcery that costs Phyrexian mana and X, and converted mana cost, so that will always require 3 mana. Adventurous Impulse. Chalice on 1 would probably hurt this deck by quite a bit. You can hit it on 0, on 1. Okay, begin sideboarding. So like Tidebinder Mage looks a lot worse in this sort of matchup because there's no there's like no mana dork targets, or at least not that we see right now. I should probably bring it in anyway, just in case there are. So first off, we're going to take out Master of Waves. Definitely too slow for this matchup. We'll bring in 2 Tidebinder Mages. I guess we're going to bring in Deprive? Or do we bring in Relic? Okay, we definitely can bring in some Relics. They have Faithless Looting, and they are depending slightly on a graveyard interaction. I don't know if they're a Path to Exile deck, so I don't know if I want to remove a land. I guess I can remove a land anyway. Get rid of the Cavernous Souls. We took out all the Master of Waves. Spell Pierce looks great. Spell Pierce looks really good. Cheap interaction. They don't have a lot of mana dorks. Probably I want Deprive as well. I like Relic, but I don't know if this is going to be really a house in this matchup. Also, it doesn't look like they're very creature heavy, so I don't think Spreading Seas is all that important either. They are basically a 2-color deck. It looked like they were a red-green deck, maybe a splash of white. But they use Metamorphose anyway. Just trying to figure out, do I want Relic and Echoing Truth? Echoing Truth probably isn't very important. Spreading Seas doesn't look very good either. I might be overloading on this card. Okay, let's play one more Deprive instead. Hopefully that's good. I'll keep Dismember because I can still hit like the Devoted Druid and this other thing. Yes, I would like to play first. Hand looks poor, but we'll keep it. It's got a lot of interaction. If we can draw one more Merfolk in the next 2 turns, I would appreciate it.
Mulligan.
That's really good, because I think this deck... no, do you know what? I think in Faithless Looting decks, they don't get punished that much by mulligans. I do not think they get punished that much by mulligans. Street Wraith. And for all I know, they have Hollow 1 aggro in there. They have Hollow 1 in their deck in addition to everything else. A Hollow of the Bandits. So enters the battlefield, tap, pay 3 life. If that mana is spent on a creature spell, it gains haste. Okay. Got it. Don't have to tell me twice. Marriagery is awkward. But I guess once we hit 4 mana, it'll be fine. But that is our second creature that I was sort of hoping for. Okay.
You gonna dismember that thing?
Yes, in response to its untap trigger, I will.
No.
Yeah, no.
Can't have it.
Absolutely not. What do you think you're doing? They still have 1 green mana. Maybe they have Simian Spirit Guide? That'd be depressing. Traverse the Ulvenwald. Well, that's good. They can only get mana with that. That's a great draw. That's a great draw. Now we can Trickster at end of turn and Harbinger of the Tides. Or do we want to play these things? Probably. Probably. Okay, we'll see, well, we'll see what they do. Okay. 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 Pact of Negation? Jeez, this deck hits hard. What is going on here? So they've decided to abandon the graveyard plan. Good enough for me. Oh, we don't even have a board! There's nothing on board. That was good enough for them.
Are you sure this is a competitive league?
This is a competitive league. This looks like a real... Well, this looks like a real deck. This person might just be trying to jam a bunch of games for SCG Minneapolis as well. So do we want Spreading Seas now because that stupid Pay-3 life card?
You always want Spreadings.
Oh, I always wanted, huh? I don't know about always. I think Relic is too good to take out. Like, I have a feeling they're going to trim on their graveyard stuff. But Relic will still prevent Traverse, and it will also still prevent, or it will make Faithless Looting less useful. I think I still want all these creatures, too. So much depends on them resolving some of those creatures, though. Whatever, we'll stick to what we've got. This hand's fine. We just have to hope our opponent does not win on turn 2, is basically what it is. We can't beat any turn. It's very hard to beat a turn 2 win. But our hand has a lot of interaction. Again, another awkward Marriagery, but whatever. Where are these going? Me? Where's the last one going? That stupid card again.
You can spread it.
If I live.
In 2 turns.
So this is probably how this deck gets turn 2 wins. Because you can devote a druid, add a mana, untap it. Yeah, this is a turn. This is like a turn 2 win sort of thing. But anyway, we can't play around it because we can't like play Spell Pierce pass. And I don't even know if Spell Pierce would even do anything.
Spell Pierce does everything.
Metamorphose? Okay, so they don't have the creature, so now they're just drawing. They found Devoted Druid. Faithless Looting. So I need an island pretty badly. Because they can just cast the Devoted Druid and then probably go from there. So I want an island so that we can have Merfolk Trickster up. Okay, we have it. Excellent. Well, another thing we could do is we could Spreading Seas this stupid card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
All of the stupid bandit.
I don't think that's the title of the card.
So if we Spreading Seas this now, what happens?
All he's got is the green mana.
What if we Spreading Seas the other one? So if we Spreading Seas this, I really wish I put the Mutavault in play now, because I thought for sure we have to hold up her Merfolk Trickster, because otherwise Mutavault could attack next turn. What I like is they have to take damage from this thing. What to do here? So I could... Because if we Spreading Seas this, it guarantees that they can't combo off next turn. At least I'm pretty sure they can't combo off next turn. They can do a lot of other funny stuff next turn, but comboing off is not going to be one of them.
Just do it.
It's not a very good use of the mana either. So let's say they play Devoted Druid, untap, or threaten to untap. Then I can Merfolk Trickster the stupid thing, but then they'll have infinite mana on their turn. Or on my turn. Not that they can even do anything with it. You know what? Yeah, let's Spreading Seas this thing. It's not a pleasant thing to do, though. Especially since it's helping us. No, I already played my second land. Oops.
Pass through your turn. Just pass right through it. There's nothing you can do now.
Forget the clock. Like this, our opponent's just doing most of the work for us. Almost all the work, really. Should keep in mind the graveyard, because they could still have that graveyard nonsense going. They discarded this. So they're going to flashback Faithless Looting. I really wish I played that Mutavault instead. Will we have enough for lethal? We might. If we draw a Lord, I think we're going to have enough for lethal in the next few turns. Pact of Negation goes in the graveyard. Those Pact of Negations are scary as hell.
Well, bunch of fluff, but no action. Oh,
That's a great card.
yeah, you should just empty his graveyard right now. Just wipe it.
No.
Oh, not good.
Well, I can just wait. I can wait for the right moment.
No, the right moment is now.
This is definitely the type of deck I could lose to just because I don't know what's going on. Uh-oh. I got rid of the old one. Okay, so now what to do? Can I put lethal on the board? I can put very close to lethal on the board. but not lethal. Not even going to do anything. Oops, no. I think I'm going to put Merfolk in play instead. I guess I can exile something. Probably should have done that first. And pass. And what I'm going to do is, in response to Devoted Druid, I'm going to play Merfolk Trickster on it.
How did he know? How did he know? How about Harbinger? It's tapped.
Okay, so we're going to do this. So you won't have infinite mana this turn. You have it next turn. But not this turn. You can have access to 1 mana this turn.
Resignation in 3, 2.
I don't know, we'll see. Oh, I've totally have lethal here. And they can untap this Devoted Druid as many times as they want. Maybe I just attack with everything. Force them to block with all their stuff. No, that would put them in a really awkward situation. Okay, is this definitely what I want to do? Pretty sure it's definitely what I want to do. Because they're at 8 life, so they actually have to chump block with both these creatures.
Why don't you bounce Devoted Druid? Make it even harder.
That's a great question. So what can happen is, in response to the Harbinger trigger, they can just untap it. Because that's its ability. Put a -1/-1 counter on Devoted Druid, untap Devoted Druid. I guess when you draw all your hate cards plus Vial, and I draw nothing, you can win.
Yeah,
I'm glad my deck is only hate cards. Anyway, we won the match. Alright. I have no idea what our matchup is like against this, because I can see how this deck can win on... I think it can win on turn 2? I don't know. I didn't see Simeon's Spirit Guide. If it has Simeon's Spirit Guide, it's a really strong contender for winning on turn 2, because you turn 2 play Devoted Druid with haste, add a mana, untap it. Yeah, add another mana, Manamorphose, put Vizier in play, now you have infinite mana. So it can win on turn 2. So we beat the turn 2 potential. We had to hope that nothing was going to happen bad. Start out Hall of the Bandit Lord. You gotta sweat when you see this card. You know something horrible can happen immediately the very next turn. Fortunately, it didn't happen to us, and we are the victors of this match. So we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon, and we're going to thank themanabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu and his brother playing Modern Merfolk.